You can choose to let your knees fall in or fall out. Arms can be wherever. I personally love having my arms up above my head, and it's a great way, when you think about the pose that we're going into, having the arms above the head is a great way to start to open up the shoulders and the front side of the body. And when you do that, I want you to pay attention to what is happening in your spine. Whether you have your knees pointing up, falling in, or out to your sides, notice how that causes your lower back arch to deepen significantly. So this position that your spine might be in right now is great to get that stretch, but when you are in your Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3, you want to make sure you're not letting the lower back arch deepen and you are actually pulling your ribs in to keep them from flaring so you can hold a nice, strong, long, neutral spine. But we'll allow that lift here just to enjoy the stretch. So breathe, breathe, breathe. Take a moment, come into the breath. Observe the inhalation and the exhalation. Noticing the difference between the two and how it feels in your body. I'm going to ask you to start to find a little bit of movement in your body as you continue to breathe deeply. You can start to move the knees a little bit from side to side, or maybe just shift the pelvis from side to side, or rock it back and forth. Doesn't really matter here. Just exploring all the possible movements and going with whichever one feels most soothing or comforting to you at this particular moment in time. Just a few more of whatever you've got going on. And then I want you to bring your knees into your chest. And then hug them in. So wrap the arms around the shins and draw them in. Feel the compression of the top of the thighs onto the ribcage and your belly. And then release the tight squeeze. Keep your right knee in and extend your left leg along your mat. This left leg is the same left leg that you will be standing on. So you want to think about standing on it. Push the floor away from you with the sole of the left foot. So flex through the ankle, ground down through the leg. Take the hands to the back of the thigh, interlace the fingers, and push the back of the right thigh into your hands. And again, come back to the spine and notice whether the lower back arch is deepened or maybe it's rounded and the lower back is touching the ground. If it is, I need you to start to move your sitting bones towards me, flattening or coming onto that flat part of the spine, the sacrum. Push through the heel and the ball of your right foot. Spread the toes. Breathe into the back and sides of your rib cage. So take a big breath in, fill up the back and sides of the rib cage. Hold the breath. Hold the shape of the rib cage. And as you exhale, maintain that shape of the rib cage and draw the navel way into the spine, exhaling all of the air out. Take another inhale into your expanded rib cage. And exhale all the air out. Slide the hands up to the calf muscle if that's available without compromising the neck and the shoulders, and pull the leg in a little bit closer to deepen in your hamstring stretch. Take an inhale, release the bind, bring the arms along the side of the body, and on your exhalation, slowly lower your right leg all the way down to the mat. It's always fun to bring the legs together so you can notice a significant difference in their length after having stretched one versus the other. So go ahead and do that now. And then ground down through the right leg as if you were standing on it. Go ahead and bring your left knee into the chest. Paying attention to the spinal alignment. Relax through your neck and your shoulders. And now go ahead. As you extend your left foot up to the ceiling, push the back of the thigh into the interlaced fingers and palms. So push it in. Offer that resistance there. Push through your heel on the ball of your left foot. Spread the toes out. Vibrant, active toes. Take a big breath in, fill up the rib cage, expand the rib cage. Keep that expansion, exhale, draw the navel into the spine. Inhale, fill up that already expanded rib cage with air. And exhale, draw the navel in. Take an inhale, expand, exhale. Slide the hands up to the calf, maybe bring the leg in a little bit closer. Doesn't matter if it only moves it up, doesn't matter if it doesn't move at all, as long as you're feeling the stretch. And now take the arms away, place them by the side of the body, and lower the left leg all the way down. And maybe the right and the left leg feel the same now. Just pause it for a moment. Float your arms up towards the ceiling. The palms are going to face each other. Bend both of the knees, bring them into your chest. Flex your ankles and push the heels and the ball of your feet up towards the ceiling. Come into that nice long neutral spine, so the lower back is going to be off. I want you to move the left leg down to the mat, let it hover. Actually, let it come all the way down and bring the right arm above your head and let the thumb touch the floor. So take your inhale. On the exhalation, lower just the left leg and the right arm. Exhale, bring them back up slow and controlled. Change sides, inhale as you lower your right leg and your left arm and time it. The leg is a lot longer, it's further away. So maybe you gotta move a little bit slower, longer inhale. And exhale, bring it back up. One more on each side. Inhale, lower your left leg and the right arm. Exhale. Back up. Last time, left arm and right leg. Inhale, lower, push through the heel, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, all the way back up. Good stuff. Hug the knees into the chest. Now you've got two ways you can get up. You can roll onto your side and press yourself up if you want to have a little fun. You're going to cross at the ankles, doesn't matter which. Walk along the length of the spine, roll up, pull the heels in close to the booty, and come onto your hands and knees. Right away, once you get settled on your hands and knees with the fingers spread wide, wrists stacked underneath, shoulders, knees under hips, take it into your cat-cow. And again, be aware of that ribs flaring, so you're trying not to overextend the lower back and let the ribs pop, keep the ribs connected, and exhale, round your spine for cat. Inhale into cow pose, exhale, round. Couple more, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Come into an active child's pose, so keeping the toes tucked, sit the bum back to the heels, walk the hands forward, and come up onto the fingertips. Imagine, if you will, someone has their hands at the hip creases and they're pulling your hips back down to the heels, and they're holding, someone else is holding by the wrists and pulling them forward. See if you can let the forehead come all the way down to the mat. Hold it here, breathe. Draw the shoulder blades back and down and feel them pressing into the back of the rib cage. Rest the palms down, but keeping the fingers active. Lift the gaze. Inhale, pull yourself forward into a kneeling plank. Exhale, lower into chaturanga. Inhale, push yourself back up to the kneeling plank. And exhale to sit back into active child. Couple more. Inhale, roll forward. Look forward, lean forward, lower into chaturanga. Inhale, press up. Exhale, back. One more. Inhale, move forward, nice strong plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to the plank, exhale, downward facing dog. Hold steady, hold still. Pushing your heels down to the mat as you lift your sitting bones up, pull your ribs in. See if you can spiral the biceps up towards the ceiling and then hug the forearms in towards each other. Just root down into the left hand a little bit more. And now root down into the right hand a little bit more. Go ahead and reach the right leg up. Try not to let the hip open. So maybe the leg doesn't get as high. Step the right foot to the top of the mat by your thumb. Rest your left knee down. Come up onto the fingertips. Draw the shoulders back, slide them down, and lift the heart up. Hug into the midline. Draw the right hip back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, you're going to shift back into a half split. When you do this, you can keep a bit of a bend in the right knee. Lift the right toes up. Take the right arm onto the inside, placing it right next to the left. Take the left hand a little bit further off the mat. I want you to stick your butt out. So just stick the right hip out and then shift the hips back. So you get a bit of a stretch more towards the inner right thigh. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, come back to your lunge on the fingertips. So the right hand is going to come back out. Rest the palms, exhale, downward dog. Reset your dog, round down through the hands, lift the left leg up. Step it forward. Rest your right knee once you get there. Make any adjustments here, scooting the left foot forward or back depending on your placement. Draw the left hip back. Inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, pause. And then inhale, shift back, lift the left toes up. So bring the left hand where the right was. Move the right hand off. Just stick the left booty out. Hand the hips back and fold. Inhale back to the lunge. Exhale, step the right foot forward, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand tall, Tadasana. Good. So we're going into our sun salutations. If you need a quick sip of water, take it now. Wipe your brow, whatever you need. And then you're coming back to the top of the mat. So we're doing sun salutations, B. We want to try to maintain hips distance as much as possible. So come into your Tadasana pose, mountain pose, nice long spine, rounding down through the legs, fingertips reaching down to the earth. Turn the palms to face the inside, or to face your thighs. Take your inhale, and you're gonna sit back into chair. Exhale into the fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale into chaturanga. Inhale, take it into up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Keep all of the air out of your lungs. Step your right foot to the right hand. Hop your left foot in a little bit. Drop the left heel, turn the toes slightly outward. Pull the right hip back. I know that's a long breath. Inhale, lift up into warrior one. Bring the palms to meet. Remember, warrior one, This is the lock that created the warrior, Virabhadrasana. Come up. And I plant the hands, step back to chaturanga. Take your inhale into your up dog, bend the elbows a little bit. Exhale into downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward to the left hand. Drop your right heel, turn your toes slightly outward. Come on up, bring the palms to meet. Look up at the palms as they meet. Push down into the feet strongly. And exhale, chaturanga once again. Inhale, take your up dog. Exhale, pause here, and downward facing dog. Big inhale. Big exhale. Pulling the ribs in, big breath in. Breathe into the back and sides of your rib cage. Exhale. Big breath in. Exhale all of the air out of your lungs. Hop forward to the top of the mat. Or step. Inhale into chair pose. Exhale to Tadasana, hands at the heart. One more round. Inhale, chair, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale into up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your right leg up for three-legged dog. Go ahead and exhale, step your right foot to the right hand. Drop the left heel, inhale up into warrior one. Palms meet, look up. Exhale, chaturanga. Take up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts for three-legged dog. Left foot to left hand. Drop your right heel. Toes are slightly out. Inhale, come up, palms meet, look up. Exhale into your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, hold it here. Breathing deeply and fully, big breath in, fill up the rib cage. Hold the breath, exhale fully through your nose. Take another deep breath in. Exhale fully. Big breath in. Exhale. Take another huge inhale. Exhale all of the air out of your lungs. Keep the air out. Lift the gaze to the thumbs and hop to the top of your mat, landing softly. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair. Exhale, Tadasana, hands to heart. Take the right arm down by the side. Take the left arm up. Big breath in here. And exhale, just reach over to your right for lateral flexion. Inhale into center, exhale to release. Go ahead and change sides. Inhale, right arm lifts up. Exhale, keep lifting up as you reach over to your left. Make sure you're not allowing your right shoulder blade to reach the shoulder up to the ears. You want to keep it pinned to the back of the rib cage as much as possible. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale to release. Inhale, circle your arms around and up. Bring your palms to meet and exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Go ahead and shift your way into your left leg. Bring your right knee up. Open up the knee out to your right, placing your heel or the foot either on your inner left thigh or the inner left calf muscle for tree pose for Virabhadrasana. Take the hands to your hips and just check to see whether you have opened up and rotated through the pelvis. If you have, I want you to guide your hips back to the front of your mat. We're moving from tree pose into Virabhadrasana 1. But bring the hands back to the heart once you reset. And then extend the arms, pressing the palms, the pads of the fingers into each other, straight up above the head. Now remember, I mentioned at the beginning of the practice that the ribs flare when we bring the arms up. So make sure you're not letting that rib flare and the butt stick out. Pull everything into the midline. Pull the ribs in. This is why breathing into the back and sides of the rib cage is so helpful. Slowly move your right knee back to the front. Bend the left knee a little bit. You have to feel for this. So reach the right toes back. Once you get the right toes down, drop the heel, slightly turning the toes out for Virabhadrasana 1. Right leg is straight. You might be able to step it back a little bit further, widening your stance. Keep the left knee bent, stacking heel by heel if possible. Push down into the feet, draw the left hip back, and look up at your thumbs and at your hands. You can look at the thumbs. Good. Take an inhale, slowly straighten out your left knee, and exhale. Keep the hands together, start to hinge at the hips. So you're moving the hips back and you're reaching the palms forward, come into a flat back. Take the left arm alongside the body, bringing it all the way to the back. So you're going to scissor the arms, and I want you to scissor the arms again. Now bring the left arm forward, bring the right arm back. Keeping the spine parallel to the floor. Pull the ribs in, scissor the arms again. Scissor them one more time. Now bring the right arm to meet the left, press the palms in, keep reaching. Hook the fingers over each other, keep reaching the forefingers forward as you move the hips back. Take a big breath in here, exhale, release all the way down into the fold. Fingertips come to the floor. Bend the left knee if you need to take some of that stress off of your left hamstrings. Inhale, lift, looking forward. As you exhale, walk the hands to the front of the mat, shift the weight into the left leg, bring the right leg up for supported warrior 3. Now listen to me carefully. You're gonna bring that right leg up as high as you can get it, and then sweep it down and cross the left leg. You can look if you're not sure what the heck I'm talking about. So you're gonna sweep the right leg up, and exhale, cross. Reach it up and cross. Good, that's 3 and 4. Really use the butt. 5, squeeze the butt, especially when you're bringing the leg up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, reach it up, big breath in, keep it up, exhale, fold for standing splits. Keep your right leg up, 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 forehead is moving to the shin. One more big breath in, exhale, bend the left knee, reach the right toes way to the back of the mat, downward facing dog. Forward into a plank. You can modify rest the knees, take up dog or cobra. Exhale, push your heels, push your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Come up high into the balls of the feet, lift your gaze to the thumbs, hopper step to the top of your mat. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to stand. Sweeping the arms around and up, bring the palms to meet. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Second side. Go ahead and bring your left knee up. And then open up your left knee to your left, placing the foot either on your inner left thigh or calf, or maybe the foot stays down to the floor. Remember, hands to hips. So this is what might happen. The left hip might hike up, or it might collapse, or you might be twisted. So you want to try to bring yourself back to the alignment where the hip points stay facing forward like headlights, if you will. Okay? Then bring the hands back to the heart. Press the finger pads, the bridge of the hand and the heel into each other, and extend the arms up above the head, keeping the ribs drawing in, rounding down through your legs. On your next inhalation, you're going to move your left knee to the front and step the left foot back. Just step it back lightly to start with, just to get your balance. And then you can step it back a teeny tiny bit further and drop the heel, turning the toes slightly outward, coming into your warrior one. So the right hip is going to want to be further forward. So you want to draw it back. Push down into the feet, strong legs, tuck everything in. And then you're looking up at your palms. Keep pressing them into each other as much as you can here. Vira, warrior. Warrior one. Oops. Yeah. Take an inhale, straighten out the right knee. Any amount here would do so. A little tiny bend is fine. And as you do that, make sure the hips stay squared. So with the palms together, take an inhale, nice long spine, fill up your rib cage. On the exhale, pull the navel in. Literally think about moving the hips back. Again, remember the person in active child's pose that was pulling us back here. Now they're holding us back here and pulling on the wrist to bring you forward, bringing the upper body to parallel to the floor. So keep reaching towards me. It might be hard to keep the palms together, but try your best. Even if they're not pressing in too strongly, you want to at least have them touching. Now go ahead and scissor. So separate the arms, bring the right arm back, and now switch. Keep drawing the right hip back so it doesn't stick out to the side, and switch. And switch. Bring a left arm forward, bend the right knee fingertips to the floor. Float or transfer the weight into the fingertips, float the left leg. Reach the left leg up and cross it across to the back of the right. That's one. Sweep it up and cross. Sweep it up and cross. 4, 5, try to keep the leg straight. 6, use your butt, get the leg up. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Keep the leg up. Keep it up nice and high. Big breath in, exhale, fold into your standing splits. Big inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Rest the toes, walk the hands back, stepping back to downward facing dog. Your choice, yogi. If you want to rest or you want to flow, you're going to flow, find your plank. Remember, you can always modify, rest the knees, lower into your chaturanga. In your cobra up dog, remember you're keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Good, and downward facing dog. Take a moment here to rest if you need it. If you need a sip of water again, go ahead and have it. So last week and the week before, and maybe even the week in front of that, we did our Jiva squats, which are very similar to what you just did in your supported warrior 3. Just to refresh your memory and to bring Amy up to speed, you're in a lunge and you're bringing so my left foot's forward, you're bringing the right foot in and you're tapping the toes to the back of the left heel. You can round the spine here and get a little bit more core out of it, and then you reach the leg back and squeeze. Okay, so there's extension and some flexion happening a little bit in the spine. So that's what's coming up next. Yay! I know you're so excited for it. Let's go, downward facing dog. So from your downward facing dog, go ahead and sweep the right leg up for three-legged. Now, flex the ankle. I want you to squeeze the thighs into the midline. Imagine someone is trying to push your right leg out away from the midline and you're resisting. Use the butt cheek to get the leg up higher and pick the right inner thigh up. Try not to open up the hip. Draw the left hip back. Take a big breath in and exhale, step the right foot to the right hand. So you might need to come up onto the fingertips. The gaze is looking forward for now. You've got the nice long spine. When you bring the left toes to touch the right heel, round the spine. So take a big breath in, exhale, tap, inhale, extend, and tap. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shoot the left leg back, but don't let it touch the floor. I know, right? But do not straighten out the right knee either. Keep the right knee bent. So shift the weight into the fingertips and keep the left leg up. You can look at me and see what I'm doing. Hold it there. Woo. And now rest it down. Drop the back heel, warrior 2. Remember from our story, this is when the swords were drawn and the king's head was chopped off. Be mindful of your right knee. Make sure you're not allowing it to collapse into the midline. You want to draw the right hip back. And guide the knee to the baby toe side edge of your right foot, okay? Straighten out the right knee, take your in-breath, exhale into Trikonasana triangle. So bring the right fingertips down, and the left fingertips are reaching up. Now, if you cannot comfortably reach the floor here, you can always choose to bring your hand to the shin. If you have a yoga block, use your yoga block here. Inhale, warrior 2, exhale, reverse for warrior. Left hand to the left leg, or maybe it makes its way around to your right hip crease. I'm not sure where reverse warrior comes into the story, but maybe this is when he threw the head away. I have no idea. Slowly come through your warrior 2, and you're moving into balancing half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So left hand to left hip, hop the left foot in a little bit, reach to the upper right hand corner of your mat, and float your left leg up. Stay here for a moment, get your balance. And then you can take an inhale, extend from the crown of your head down to the soles of your left foot, and exhale, start to roll the left hip and shoulder onto your right. Then the left hand can reach up to the sky. Take a big breath in, exhale into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Step or jump back if you're feeling energetic. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale into downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Keeping your hips closed. Flex your ankle, hug it into the midline, straighten the leg up. So push strongly through the heel. Imagine I'm standing behind you and I've got my palm at the heel of the left foot and I want you to push into my palm. Now with complete control, step your left foot and place it carefully to the front of the mat by your left thumb. Get ready for your jiva squat, so move the hands slightly forward up under the fingertips, great way to strengthen the fingers. Go ahead, you've got 10 of these to do. Big breath in, nice long spine, exhale, tap and round. 1, 2, 3. The foot is coming to the opposite foot, it's not knee to tricep. Your right toes are moving to your left heel. You're tapping the back of the heel of your left foot. Toes to heel. I lost count, so I hope that you're going to be honest and stop when you hit 10 and not before. When you get to 10, you're going to bring the toes in, transfer the weight a little bit more into the ball of the left foot and the fingertips, and now extend your right leg. Your right leg is like your warrior 3 leg. You should be feeling this a lot in the left leg. That's what I want you to feel. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And I'll drop the right toes gently, drop the heel, and move into warrior 2. We've been doing pretty much the same sequence every week. I'd be interested to know if this feels like it's getting any easier for you. Those of you that have been consistent can tell me after. Hold it here. On your next inhalation, straighten out your left knee. And exhale, take it into your Trikonasana triangle. Remember, hand to shin, or hand to the floor, or to your block. The left hip is moving back and under. Looking good, everyone. Remember, you can bend the left knee a bit here if you need to, or you're taking care of your hamstrings. On your next inhalation, come back through warrior 2. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Maintaining that nice deep lunge, so rebend the left knee. Or coming back to the lunge you had before your warrior 2. So from here, we're moving into our balancing half moon. So you can look down at the corner of the mat where you know you need to place your hand. Take your inhale through your warrior 2, right hand to right hip, hop your right foot in. Rest the fingertips, float the right leg up. Think warrior 3 with your right leg. Once you've got your balance here, go ahead, take an inhale, extend through the crown and the sole of your right foot. And exhale, start to roll the right hip and shoulder onto your left. Maybe you can turn the head as well. Or maybe the gaze needs to stay down to the floor. Then maybe the fingertips can reach up to the ceiling or the hand stays on the hip. Your choice. Take a big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the hands down, bring the right foot down, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. So our peak pose is coming up in the next sequence. If you want to take a break, to have a sip of water, take it now really quickly. As I would have mentioned to you at the beginning of class today, we are going to find some movement with our warrior 3 today. So I want to make sure you're ready for this. Before we head into the warrior three, I'm going to do a little bit of core work, just enough. So you're coming back into your downward facing dog. So once you've had your drink and your little mini break, come into downward facing dog. The sooner we get this done, the sooner we can get down to the floor and just stretch it out. So downward facing dog. You're going to lift your right leg up, just as we did before, keeping the hips closed and keeping the legs straight. So go ahead and do that now. Sweep the right leg up, flex the ankle. Don't worry about how high the leg gets, just use the butt to lift it up a little bit more. Just really feel the engagement of the glutes. Now from here, all you're going to do is straighten move into a plank. And the same way we cross the leg over, the right leg over the left, you're going to do that here. We're just going to cross the right leg over the left, squeeze the legs into each other, and roll forward into a plank. Then come back up to three-legged dog. Sweep the right leg up again. Exhale, cross it over to plank. Now that we know what we're doing, we can speed it up a little bit. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, hold it up. Step your right foot forward. Come on up. Okay. I'm just going to step back a bit so I'm still in my frame. So from here, bring the arms along the side of the body, palms facing each other. So pick your focal point. You want it to be where the floor and the wall meet. Okay, so look there for now. And it might change a little bit, get a little bit higher as you move into the posture. From here, you're transferring the weight into the right leg, floating the left leg off. Bit of a bend in the right knee, just a little bit. Arms are alongside the body. So you should be in your warrior three position. Okay. Now I want you to bring the left arm forward. Switch the arms, scissor the arms. Keep switching the arms. Go slowly, you gotta move slowly. Good. And switch, reach, and switch, reach, and switch, reach. The next time your left arm reaches forward and the right arm reaches back, hold it there. Pull the right hip back, lift the left, roll the left thigh in, and then pick it up. Push through the heel, pull the ribs in so you're not letting the lower back arch bend, and hold it. Keep breathing. One more big breath in, big breath out, and slowly come back to your lunge. Sweep the right arm up. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. The beautiful news here is you've got 2 legs, you got another shot to give this, to go at this. Are you ready for your planks? Left leg lifts. Flex the ankle, leg is straight. 3-legged dog. Big inhale, exhale, cross the left leg over the right as you shift forward into your plank. That's 1. And 2, left leg lifts. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. Now remember, your neck is part of your spine. Look forward a little bit. And 10. Keep the leg up. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. And now step it forward. Good. Once you're stable there, come on up. Pick your focal point. Take a huge inhale. And you're slowly releasing the exhale as you transfer the weight into the left leg. Float the right leg up. Now your right leg, your glutes are ready for this. So reach the right leg behind you. Push to the heel of the ball of the foot and reach to the crown of your head, and you're drawing the ribs in. Okay? Draw the left hip back, right thigh is rolling in. Scissor the arms. Bring the right arm forward, left arm back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, good. 6, 7, and 8. So next time the right arm comes forward, hold it there. Hold it, reach, reach, reach. Be expansive. Beautiful. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the right toes, sweep the left arm up. Big inhale, lunge, exhale, downward facing dog. Vinyasa. Roll forward into plank. Exhale into your chaturanga. Take up downward cobra. Exhale, downward dog, and come into child's pose. Whether it is you're flipping it and coming onto the back, or you're bringing the heels, the bum to the heels. Your choice for your child's pose. Slow your breath down a whole bunch. Breathe deeply and fully here. Big inhale. Big exhale. Big inhale. Big exhale. Big breath in. And a big breath out. One more huge inhale. Big exhale. So we're going to finish up on our back just because the girls work so hard. So we can come up, walk the hands back to the knees, and then just switch the feet around and make your way onto your back. When you come onto the back, straighten the legs all the way out. I want you to take your right foot over to the right corner of your mat, and then take your left leg to meet it. Then you're going to scoop the upper body, lift it up a little bit, and move it over to the upper corner. So you're creating this wonderful banana shape with the body. Take the arms above the head. You can bend the elbows like you would for ragdoll, or if it feels okay, you can straighten the arms all the way out and place one hand in the neck. The left hand can rest in the right hand can rest in the left palm. Now, you can take this into a deeper side bend with crossing your left leg over your right. If you can do that without allowing your left hip to lift up off of the mat and cause you to twist, do that. If not, uncross your legs. If it helps, you can think about what it would happen if you had 2 little shot glasses of water on your hip points. Would the water spill on the left hip point if you cross your legs? If it will, uncross. And just hold it there. Now the head, you can keep looking straight up, or you can turn, you can lift the head up a little bit, rest it back down, and turn your gaze to your left. Or you can keep it right where it was at the beginning. One more inhale and exhale in banana pose. Or maybe we can call it reclining half moon. So we're getting out of it the way we got into it. So bring the upper body back to center first. And then if the legs were crossed, and across the left, and across the right, take a moment here. Just let the body be limp and heavy. And then go ahead and move your left leg over to the left corner of your mat. And then move your right leg next to it, doing your imaginary shot glass test, if you can cross or not. And then go ahead and lift the upper body up and over. Arms can be straight or elbows bent. And hold it. If the arms are not happy being above your head, you can always bring the hands to the belly or to the side of the body. Big inhale, bigger exhale. Bring the upper body back to center, followed by the legs. Pause in the middle, complete relaxation here like you're in corpse pose. And then now come bend your knees. Scoot your bum over to the left of the mat. And now roll onto your right hip. And bring your knees all the way over to the right. Shoulder blades supported on your mat. You can use your right hand to pull the left knee closer to your right knee. And the gaze is whichever feels most comfortable for your neck. Take an inhale, exhale, come back to center, readjust in the middle, take a moment. And then carefully move your bum to the right side of the mat, lowering onto the left hip, letting the knees follow. Take an inhale on your exhalation, make your way back to center. Just pause here for a moment, getting ready to move into bridge pose. Set to Bandha Virabhadrasana. So feet at hips distance, knees pointing straight up to the ceiling, arms along the side of your body with your palms facing down. Press the palms into the floor, push the feet down into the floor. On the inhalation, start to engage the glutes and lift your hips up for your bridge. Exhale, once you've lifted, you can choose to stay here or wiggle the shoulder blades towards each other and then guide them down. I kind of like to think of folding the shoulders underneath the body. Bring the hands to clasp Be careful not to move your head here. Pull the heels to the shoulders. Draw the inner thighs in actively so you take care of your lower back. Take one more inhale and exhale in your bridge. And then unwrap the shoulders if you did wrap them. And then slowly lower all the way down. And prepare for Shavasana. Extending the legs fully, one foot to each corner of the mat. Arms slightly away from your body with your palms facing up. So very briefly, the story goes, Shiva and Shakti, dynamic energy that resides in all of us. They are lovers and they're married, and Shakti's dad was not happy at all about this marriage. Shiva, this powerful man, God, dreadlocks, not anyone that he thought would be good enough, if you will, for his daughter, Shakti. And she was normally very grounded, very stable, the true definition of, I would have to say, composure. And Shakti, she is dynamic, creative energy, full of life and passion. So it's a very interesting pairing. So what happened was, as I said, Shakti's father was not happy at all about this union. And he was having this party, inviting all these important people. And he deliberately did not invite Shakti, and sure he didn't invite Shiva. And she was so upset about this. She really wanted her father to accept the love of her life. So she went to the party, pleading with her father, and her father just wasn't having it. Now there's two versions of the story. One version is that she threw herself into the fire and completely was consumed by the fire. Another version says that she got so upset, she just burst into flames, and that was it. When Shiva found out, he completely flipped out. He was so angry, so filled with rage. He wasn't even thinking. He pulled one of his dreadlocks out of his head and threw it down to the earth. And it went through the earth and penetrated down to where the king was having his party. And out of that manifested Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana. Warrior 2, as a result, came from the drawing of the swords. The warrior cut the king's head clean off of his shoulders, grabbed the head and placed it on a stake. That position that he was in when he placed the head on the stake is a position that we hold when we're in Warrior 3. Now, when Shiva had the opportunity to calm down and think about what he did, and everyone was upset with what had happened, he thought about it, and, well, he couldn't exactly put the head back on the body. So what they did then was they got a goat's head and placed that on the king's body instead. So what I think we can glean from this story of the warriors is not necessarily be so quick to respond to something when things happen or things come up in life that upsets us. It doesn't necessarily go our way. Sometimes if we pause and think for a moment before we respond, we can find a solution, or we can reason with whomever that person may be. Because of his actions, he wasn't really able to change anything or able to go back, I should say, to the original position. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes we cause so much damage, it's beyond repair. So that, for me, is one of the biggest lessons in this story here. So I'm just going to leave you So think about that for a few more moments. And if at the end of class, maybe later on in the week, if anything comes up for you that you might want to share with me, know that you can. Once again, becoming aware of your surroundings, and becoming aware of your body on your mat. Moving your fingers and your toes. You can reach your arms above your head, stretching your body out into opposite directions. Taking a huge inhale here. And exhale, reaching the toes towards me, reaching the fingers away towards the other side of your mat. And exhale, side out strongly through the mouth. Go ahead and bring your knees into the chest. Give yourself a gentle squeeze. And then you can bring your feet to the floor. Make your way onto your side and just pause there for a moment. And then slowly make your way up and join me in a comfortable seated position, bringing your hands to your heart. I want to thank you all so much for sharing your incredible energy with me this evening and trusting me to guide you through your practice today. Be free, be true, and always be you. Namaste. Nico, I have to move.